We're currently on the shores of the Blue Mesa Reservoir, taking up 14 square miles, extending nearly 20 miles point to point, and with 96 miles of coastline, this reservoir is the largest body of water in the state of Colorado. It's only second to Rocky Mountain National Park in visitation for the state. It brings 750,000 tourists per year to fish, boat, and paddle in its waters. Despite protests to its creation, Blue Mesa Dam was created in the early 1960s as part of a series of dams aimed to provide water retention and hydroelectric power to the surrounding areas that were rapidly growing in population. Its creation destroyed a section of the Gunnison River that was once known as one of the greatest trout fishing streams in the world. But that's not the only thing the reservoir erased. Before this basin was filled with water, it was home to several thriving towns, and hundreds of people lived here in what is now filled with nearly 950,000 acre-feet of water. In 2018, a drought caused water levels to drop, and the small towns got a chance to see the light of day again. Foundations, fences, and old relics from the past in the town of Viola resurfaced, giving a glimpse to what existed before the Blue Mesa Reservoir. In the early 1800s, several small towns were established in the basin, a few miles west of Gunnison. Mostly ranchers made their homes here, but the draw of some of the best trout fishing waters in the world led to the creation of several hotels and resorts along the river. These resorts even hosted John Wayne and Herbert Hoover at one point. The towns along the Blue Mesa boomed during the 1880s when the Rio Grande Railroad end of track reached the town. The railroad aimed to provide transportation between Denver and Salt Lake City and all the small mining and ranching towns in between. In the town of Viola, cattle from Powderhorn were driven there once a year to get on a train to Denver to be sold. The town also served as a shipping point for mountain mining outposts to send their minerals back east. There was never a lack of excitement in the town of Viola. In March of 1910, Ellie Chaplin, a shopkeeper from Powderhorn, shot and killed his employer, Matt Kavanaugh, at the Iowa post office, just over here. Kavanaugh had beaten Chaplin over the head with his rifle stock a few days prior, and Chaplin took a couple shots outside of the post office, mortally wounding Kavanaugh. But Chaplin ended up getting away clean as he pleaded in self-defense. The railroad also provided some drama for the Blue Mesa area. In 1932, Civil War author Bruce Catton and some of his family nearly died on the Rio Grande rail tracks near Saponero on a visit there. A train barreled down on them, and they couldn't jump off the tracks because there was a 30-foot fall to jagged rocks below them. So they lay on top of some overhanging rail ties, hoping not to get knocked off, and they ended up safe. Like many small mining and ranching towns across the state of Colorado and most of the West, Iola, Kazar, Soap Creek, and Saponero have pretty much all been washed away, but the memory of them still exists. Some older locals can even remember a time when this whole area didn't have any water in it at all. So the next time you're at Blue Mesa, look below your feet and imagine what life would have been like before the water took over.